This is the new Lego Animal Crossing minifigure. And this is a Lego Fabuland character from the 80s. They look surprisingly similar to each other. So I got a couple of new Animal Crossing sets and a couple of old Fabuland sets. And we're gonna see if Lego did in fact copy their old theme. Let's do this. So in order to know if Lego actually copied the Fabuland sets for the new Animal Crossing sets, we actually have to look at the history of it. So Fabuland actually came out in 1979, and it was targeted for kids switching from Duplo to the regular Lego system. And if you don't know, Duplo's really big blocks. And how they achieved that is actually really interesting. Let me show you. So in this set, there's a car, and if I pull the car just out, you can see that the entire chassis is one piece, which made it really easy for kids to build. This in the modern days, like Lego 4 Plus sets, it's really simplified so that kids can build it and get used to the regular system. But that leads to some really interesting pieces. Like, what is this? But the cool thing about Fabuland is that it was Lego's first theme to have licensed products. Apparently they had like children's clothing brands and TV shows and things in the sets, which I don't think any of my three actually have, but it's cool. Like that probably set the way for other licensed themes like Star Wars in 1999. But the reason we're looking at Fabuland today is for the minifigures, or should I say figures. They're not so mini. So these figures actually remind me of Duplo figures just from their proportions and their shapes of their bodies, but then they have regular minifigure connection points. Like these are stud connections and then they can hold bars. So it's really interesting. This one's definitely been well played with because the legs are pretty loose and the printing is a little worn off. So this is a bunny, then this one's a bear. The torsos are the weirdest colors. And then this last one is a lamb, at least I think so. But the thing that makes these different from regular minifigures is they have a ball joint in their neck, so they can tilt it any direction, which is actually really cool. All right, well, let's start building these Fabuland sets. Only one of these sets actually came with instructions, and they're in like mint condition too. And these are from the 80s, remember. Since I'm just looking these two up online, I'm just gonna use the online instructions for this one because I don't wanna ruin these, right? Fabuland sets are so obscure, not even lego.com has the instructions for them. That's kind of an issue. Well, I found this site called lego.brickinstructions.com and they have the instructions for it. They have pictures of them. It almost looks like the instructions were like part of the box. Like, look, you can see the box tabs there, and this is the entire instructions. Like, these are really simple builds. So yeah, let's get building. All right, there's all three sets built. There were like so few pieces, but it was hard to build for one reason. And that's the instructions. Everything is like a little drawing. It's really weird. Like, it's so confusing. And then plus, it doesn't tell you what pieces to put on it. They just appear. So like if I go to my next page, watch step 4. Step 5 just magically has all of that random stuff up here. Like, what? But what's cool is there's like a little story or something in these instructions. It's in like German or something weird. I actually don't know what language it is. But then there's like other builds you can create and things, which is cool. But yeah, they're really confusing to build, and there's some interesting parts, that's for sure. Like these roof pieces, if anyone wants the most realistic Lego roof pieces, get these, bro. If you need a green roof, this is it. Like, that doesn't even look like Lego, but then you look at the bottom and it's bricks. Like, bro, that's crazy. Yeah, so we got all the Fabuland sets built, and now it's time to build the Animal Crossing sets. Then we can compare them. Even though this poly bag only has 29 pieces, I'm pretty sure that's more pieces than any of these Fabuland sets. Like, these Fabuland sets have like no pieces. And I'm kind of glad to build modern Lego because it's a lot easier to follow. Yeah, 29 pieces still isn't very much for a poly bag. They're usually around 80, but this includes a minifigure, so I guess it makes sense. All right, first thing I noticed is that these minifigures actually come apart, which is a lot different than Fabuland. They're just one piece. Interesting. We'll compare them side by side later, so let's build a set. All right, there's the Animal Crossing sets finished. So now we can see how close they are to Fabuland. Just so you guys know, I've never actually played any of Nintendo's Animal Crossing games, so I'm basing this comparison completely off of just looks. So in these Animal Crossing sets, there's actually quite a few new pieces that I've never seen before. Like on the tree, for example, there's some weird upside down curve pieces. And then this cake piece I've never seen before. It's like frosting on a cake, which is really cool. And then these flower pieces that are on here are also super cool pieces I've never seen before. And I don't know why there's a beer bottle on the table. This is 6+. So yeah, the sets in general are quite different. That's probably just because I got these Fabuland sets. There's different types of Fabuland sets, but most of them are like this on a base plate, on a base plate with a house. And the new Animal Crossing sets are on the same plates they use for Mario, which are modular. So they want you to like take them apart and put them other places like this. But now let's compare what we're really here for. The minifigures. All right, so here's all the figures, and the first thing you notice is that the new Lego Animal Crossing sets actually use normal minifigure parts, so they look a lot more like what you'd be used to, while the Fabuland characters look really weird. You can actually see the evolution of parts with their watering can accessories. So this is the one from Fabuland, and as you can see, it is literally giant, and it's pretty realistic. And then modern day Lego one is lime green, really interesting color. And I guess it's realistic, but I feel like this one looks more realistic. But this one looks more like Lego would. This one almost seems too realistic. But putting aside the accessories for a second, let's look at the minifigures, especially these two. I actually got both of these guys because they were both bears. So their general face shape is pretty similar. You can see that their ears are up top, just poking out, and then they have like the same like mouth and nose, but the Fabuland character has a little more depth to him, and it's not just print. The Fabuland characters also have this really weird flat arm thing. Yeah, I don't know, it's just interesting. The head can tilt, so it's a lot more like an action figure, while this one's just how a regular minifigure would be. And if we look at the lamb and the unicorn, you can see that they both have long snouts. And the unicorn actually has a lot more parts poking out than the bear. You can kind of see how they're similar from this view, but that's just how animals look. Another interesting thing is that Fabuland characters actually have 2 studs on their feet compared to the one that minifigures usually have. So technically that would give them extra strength. Let's test. Yeah, it does give them quite a bit of extra strength. But the shapes of these guys just makes me keep thinking of Duplo characters. I'll pop one up on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. So which one of these themes do I think is better? Well, of course, I think the new one is, just because it uses regular Lego pieces and the printing's way better, and it uses regular Lego pieces so then you can actually take apart things. And the colors mostly make sense here, while on these ones, like, why is the rabbit have a tan head with yellow arms and yellow legs and a white chest? Like, what? But the Fabuland characters are cool with their movable heads. So do I think that Lego Animal Crossing copied Lego Fabuland? Well, the figures are somewhat similar, but the actual like themes of the sets and things are completely different. Animal Crossing is a game made by Nintendo, while Fabuland is something that Lego made up. So no, I don't think that Lego Animal Crossing copied Fabuland, but I do think that the designers probably looked back at the old Fabuland characters to inspire them for the new ones. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I think it was interesting to just look at Fabuland and how like obscure of a Lego theme it kind of was. But Legos had sets even more obscure than Fabuland. They don't even look like Lego. So if you want me to make a video on some of those, let me know. But yeah, if you want to check out a video similar to this, I'll have a link up here in the corner and down in the description. But as always, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell. And a couple of old, Fabuland, Weston, DJ Fabuland. Okay, now I remember it, Just, can you be quiet for like 1 second? Okay, let's do this. But the real reason, what am I even saying? But the real reason, that's hard to say, real reason